House on Haunted Hill. In the dark heart of the city, where shadows linger like memories and the streets whisper secrets of long-forgotten horrors, there stood an imposing mansion known as the House on Haunted Hill. Its towering silhouette loomed over the neighborhood, casting an ominous pallor that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to glance its way. Legend had it that the mansion was once owned by a wealthy industrialist named Frederick Loren, who had a penchant for hosting extravagant parties filled with the city's elite. But beneath the facade of opulence lay a sinister truth. The house was cursed, its halls haunted by the restless spirits of those who had met their untimely demise within its walls. One fateful night, Frederick Loren decided to host a party unlike any other, inviting a select group of guests to spend the night in the mansion, with the promise of a handsome reward for those who dared to brave its horrors until dawn. Among the guests was a diverse array of characters: a skeptical journalist seeking to debunk the supernatural claims surrounding the house, a psychic medium convinced of its malevolent presence, a troubled heiress with a dark past, a cynical doctor with a penchant for experimentation, and a daring adventurer drawn to the thrill of the unknown. As the night descended upon the mansion, the atmosphere grew increasingly tense, with strange occurrences plaguing the guests at every turn. Doors slammed shut of their own accord, eerie whispers echoed through the halls, and chilling apparitions materialized in the darkness, each more terrifying than the last. But it soon became apparent that the true horror lay not in the supernatural, but in the twisted machinations of their host, Frederick Loren, who reveled in orchestrating their terror for his own amusement. As the guests unraveled the mysteries of the house, they discovered a web of deceit and betrayal that stretched back centuries, revealing dark secrets hidden within its walls. With each passing hour, the tension mounted, culminating in a heart-stopping climax as the guests confronted the malevolent force that dwelled within the house. In a desperate bid for survival, they banded together, facing their fears head-on as they fought to escape the clutches of the House on Haunted Hill. But some secrets are meant to remain buried, and as the first light of dawn broke through the darkness, the mansion stood silent once more, its secrets preserved for eternity, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to wander into its depths and unleash its horrors once more. The birds. In the sleepy coastal town of Bodega Bay, nestled along the rugged cliffs of Northern California, there existed an eerie calm that belied the impending terror that would soon descend upon its unsuspecting residents. It began like any other day with the soft murmur of the ocean waves and the gentle rustle of the wind through the cypress trees, but beneath the tranquil facade a malevolent force lurked, waiting to unleash its fury upon the town. Melanie Daniels, a glamorous socialite from San Francisco, found herself inexplicably drawn to the idyllic charm of Bodega Bay. Little did she know that her arrival would herald the beginning of a nightmare unlike anything the town had ever seen. It started innocently enough, with a few isolated incidents of strange bird behavior. A seagull slamming into a window here, a murder of crows gathering ominously there. But as the days passed, the incidents grew more frequent and more violent, with flocks of birds descending upon the town in a frenzied frenzy of bloodlust. The once serene skies became a battleground, as swarms of birds swooped down upon unsuspecting victims, their sharp beaks and talons tearing flesh and drawing blood in a frenzied cacophony of terror. Melanie found herself at the center of the chaos as she struggled to unravel the mystery behind the birds' inexplicable aggression. With the help of a handsome local ornithologist named Mitch Brenner, she delved into the town's dark past, uncovering a centuries-old curse that had been unleashed upon Bodega Bay. A curse born of ancient rituals and forgotten sins, a curse that had awoken the dormant fury of the avian world. As the attacks escalated, panic gripped the town, with residents barricading themselves indoors and praying for salvation from the relentless onslaught. But the birds showed no mercy, their numbers multiplying with each passing day as they waged their merciless assault on humanity. In a desperate bid for survival, Melanie and Mitch embarked on a perilous journey through the heart of the avian maelstrom. their every step fraught with danger as they sought to uncover the source of the birds' rage and put an end to the curse that threatened to consume them all. But the birds were relentless, their wrath insatiable, as they pursued their prey with a single-minded determination that defied reason. In the end, it was not weapons or science that saved the town of Bodega Bay, but the resilience of the human spirit. As Melanie and Mitch stood together against the fury of nature, their love and courage the only weapons they had against the ancient forces that sought to destroy them. And as the last echoes of the birds' cries faded into the distance, Bodega Bay lay battered but undefeated, its residents emerging from the wreckage with a newfound appreciation for the fragility of life and the enduring power of hope in the face of unimaginable horror. The cabinet of Dr. In the small, sleepy town of Holstenwall, nestled amidst the rolling hills and dense forests of Germany, there existed a carnival unlike any other. Its arrival was heralded by whispers of dread and anticipation, for it brought with it the enigmatic figure of Dr. Caligari and his mysterious cabinet of wonders. Dr. Caligari, a gaunt and sinister figure with piercing eyes and a twisted smile, was rumored to possess powers beyond mortal comprehension. His main attraction was Cesare, a somnambulist of unearthly beauty and chilling presence, who lay dormant within the cabinet until called upon to perform. Among the curious townsfolk drawn to the carnival was Francis, a young man with a keen intellect and a thirst for adventure. Accompanied by his friends, Alan and Jane, Francis ventured into the dark and twisting corridors of the cabinet, eager to unravel its mysteries. But as they delved deeper into the labyrinthine depths of Dr. Caligari's domain, they found themselves ensnared in a nightmare from which there seemed to be no escape. Strange and unsettling visions plagued their every step, blurring the lines between reality and illusion. As the nights wore on, a series of gruesome murders shook the town to its core, each victim bearing the unmistakable mark of the carnival. Suspicion fell upon Dr. Caligari and his silent companion, Cesare, whose eerie presence seemed to cast a shadow of fear over the townsfolk. Driven by a relentless desire for truth, Francis embarked on a perilous journey into the heart of darkness that lurked within the cabinet. With each revelation, he uncovered a web of deceit and madness that threatened to consume him whole. But the true horror lay not in the machinations of Dr. Caligari, but in the revelation of Francis's own fractured psyche. For in a twist of fate that defied reason, Francis discovered that he himself was the true mastermind behind the murders, his subconscious mind puppeteering the events that unfolded before him. As the truth dawned upon him, Francis was consumed by a maelstrom of guilt and despair, his sanity teetering on the brink of collapse. In a final desperate act of redemption, he confronted Dr. Caligari and his malevolent creation, Cesare, in a climactic showdown that would seal the fate of Holstenwall forever. But some secrets are meant to remain buried, and as the carnival faded into the mists of memory, the true horror of Dr. Caligari's cabinet lived on in the nightmares of those who dared to glimpse its twisted depths. For in the darkness of the human mind, madness reigns supreme, and reality is but a fragile illusion in the face of the unknown. The Haunting. In the secluded countryside of New England, nestled amidst the whispering pines and rolling hills, there stood a mansion known as Hill House, a place of unspeakable dread and malevolent spirits. Its crumbling facade and ivy-covered walls concealed a darkness that had plagued the land for centuries, a darkness that hungered for the souls of the living. The mansion's ominous reputation did not deter Dr. John Markway, a determined parapsychologist with a fascination for the supernatural. Ignoring the warnings of locals, he assembled a team of intrepid explorers to investigate the mysteries of Hill House, hoping to unlock its secrets and prove the existence of life beyond the grave. Among his companions were Eleanor Vance, a fragile and haunted woman with a troubled past, Theodora, a free-spirited artist with a keen intuition, and Luke Sanderson, the skeptical heir to the estate. Together they ventured into the heart of darkness that lurked within Hill House, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. As they crossed the threshold into the mansion's shadowy depths, they were greeted by a chorus of whispers and phantom footsteps that echoed through the halls. Strange and inexplicable phenomena plagued their every step, as the very walls of Hill House seemed to come alive with a malevolent energy. But it was not just the supernatural forces within the mansion that posed a threat, for tensions simmered among the members of the expedition, each haunted by their own demons and desires. As paranoia and fear took hold, alliances were tested, and betrayals unfolded, driving the group further into madness. As the nights wore on, the true nature of Hill House was revealed, a place of unspeakable horror and despair, where the souls of the damned roamed freely and the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred beyond recognition. Eleanor, tormented by visions of her past and the sinister forces that lurked within the mansion, found herself drawn deeper into the darkness, her sanity slipping away with each passing moment. As the line between reality and nightmare blurred, she became entangled in a web of deceit and betrayal that threatened to consume her soul. In a final desperate bid for survival, the remaining members of the expedition confronted the malevolent spirits that dwelled within Hill House, their courage tested in a battle for their very souls. But some secrets are too dark to be vanquished, and as the dust settled and the echoes of their screams faded into the night, Hill House stood as a testament to the darkness that lurks within us all. Creature from the Black Lagoon. In the remote depths of the Amazon rainforest, where the dense foliage concealed ancient secrets and untold dangers, there existed a lagoon untouched by the passage of time, a place of primal beauty and unspeakable terror known as the Black Lagoon. For centuries, the lagoon had remained hidden from the outside world, its murky waters teeming with exotic creatures and forgotten legends. But when a team of intrepid scientists embarked on an expedition to explore its depths, they unwittingly awakened a creature of nightmares, a monstrous being that had lurked in the shadows since the dawn of time. The creature, a grotesque hybrid of man and beast, emerged from the depths of the lagoon with a primal fury, its eyes burning with a hunger that could not be quenched. With webbed hands and razor-sharp claws, it stalked the scientists with a relentless determination, driven by an insatiable lust for blood. As panic gripped the expedition, a desperate struggle for survival ensued, with each member of the team fighting for their lives against the creature's savage onslaught. But as the days turned into nights and the creature's attacks grew more brazen, it became clear that there was no escaping the horrors of the Black Lagoon. Among the scientists was Kay Lawrence, a beautiful and courageous woman whose indomitable spirit captured the heart of the creature. Drawn to her with a primal instinct, the creature watched from the shadows as she ventured deeper into the heart of the rainforest, its desires conflicting with its savage nature. But as Kay delved into the mysteries of the lagoon, she uncovered a dark secret that threatened to consume her soul. A truth so horrifying that it shook her to the core of her being. For the creature was not merely a monster of flesh and blood, but a manifestation of the primal forces that lurked within the depths of the human psyche. In a final desperate bid for redemption, Kay confronted the creature in a harrowing showdown that would seal the fate of the Black Lagoon forever. With courage and determination, she faced the beast head-on, her humanity clashing with its savage instincts in a battle for the soul of the rainforest. As the waters of the lagoon churned with the fury of their struggle, Kay emerged victorious, her spirit unbroken by the horrors she had witnessed. But as she looked back at the dark waters of the Black Lagoon, she knew that the creature's legacy would live on, a haunting reminder of the primal forces that lurk within us all.